Hello and good afternoon, beautiful soul. We almost didn't come on here today to do a live. It's Friday, March 17th, 2017, in case you need or want a date time stamp. I guess I do. So there you are. Recently, about a week ago, I sat down and spent or invested in myself about 90 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, outlining what I was going to be doing, what I wanted to do for the next 7 days, and ended up doing it for the next 2.5 weeks, so through the end of March. We're now halfway through March, and I'm feeling like there is some resistance within me here. I took the time to list out almost on a daily basis what it was I wanted to accomplish so that I could have the freedom mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually to do some extra spiritual work, to work on my business, and to communicate special projects that the angels and we are working on. And here it is on a Friday afternoon, and this morning I didn't really feel like doing a live stream today. I feel that I have been putting in, by choice, a lot of time, energy, and investment. And sometimes when you feel like you're giving, and it doesn't feel or look like on the surface that you're getting very much in return, you can get kind of tired of putting it out there, and people kind of go, yeah, okay, or they pass by and they don't even take the 2 seconds or 1 second to like or to put hearts or to put the thumbs up or anything like that. And you wonder if you're wasting your time, your energy in showing up when it doesn't look like other people are even bothering or even care. That's part of today's topic, or that's the focal point for today's topic is, are you getting in your own way? And yes, if things are not moving along, if things are not returning to you benefits, because there is that law of giving and receiving, balancing, right? Balance the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the positive and the negative, the giving and the receiving. And part of getting in the way, so that you know how to get out of the way, is knowing when that conscious mind ego chitter chatter is going, yeah, but you could be doing this or you could be doing nothing. And yet, how important is it for you to get your message out there, to help others connect with you? Because in this day and age, and it's been happening for, long time, you get the idea. And yet, because of technology and social media and the way people have learned to market their messages and to get it written in such a way that it seems very beneficial, and most of it is. So I'm not going there with that, but there are people who know how to bend a phrase, or how people say, turn a phrase, and yet are not able or capable of delivering on that message. For example, what am I about? Well, I am all about helping others, as many as possible, to connect with their angels, experience massive mindset shifts, attracting more opportunities, clients, and financial prosperity. See, the angels don't care. Universal energy does not care which end you're working on first, because in order to connect to angels, to yours, to your spirit guides, to your power animals, to universal energy, to source itself, to the ascended masters, the goddesses, and whomever, in order to do that, you must raise your inner vibration. In order to have more financial prosperity, to get out of your own way, to recognize and be able to take advantage of opportunities as they reveal themselves, and to make a proper choice for yourself, whether it's a no or whether it's a yes, you must raise your inner vibration. When you connect to angels, you raise your inner vibration. And those other parts and pieces, financial prosperity, manifesting your goals and your dreams, accomplishing different tasks, knowing what to leave out, what to put in, what to change, when to course correct, when to say no to an opportunity, whether it's for business, for personal, relationship, whatever, and when to say yes, all happens because you have raised your vibration to connect the angels, to angels. And the reverse is also true. When you raise your inner vibration to accept, to allow more financial prosperity, more money into your life, into your experience, your business, into your promotion, meaning if you're working for someone else, applying for a new job or a promotion, when you raise your inner vibration to allow and accept and manifest and attract more financial prosperity, that money stuff, you're also raising your vibration to connect to spirit, to your angels. You see how that works? Now, the trick is to know how to raise your inner vibration. The rest of that is how you stay there, how you stay there more often, how you stay there more consistently and for longer periods of time. Getting out of your own way is recognizing when ego chitter chatter, that conscious mind part of you, starts going, well, you don't need to do a live stream today. You've done them, and you repurposed one, you reshared one on Wednesday, and that went pretty well, and this and that. And you've been doing so much of that lately. Just give yourself a break. Well, that's okay if it's honest guidance. And by honest, I mean coming from that place where you connect with your inner intuitive self, your higher self, your angels, universal energy. Now, if it's coming from that lower level vibration of you, the conscious mind ego chitter chatter, that's probably not such a good place, because you're sloughing off, you're blowing off, you are not following the plan that you were given and the plan that you mapped out for yourself. Now, there's a difference between altering or changing a plan when you feel guided, or all of a sudden you've had a huge energy shift, or you have had a huge energy output the day before and you're physically tired. And I'm not talking about cop-out kind of tired, because we can all do that, right? Been there, done that more than once, probably will do it again, but not today. When you have a massive energy output, you may physically need to, you may be required to recapture that, to re-energize the next day for a half a day or a whole day. You could do some small things, but maybe you don't have the energy to write emails or to conduct interviews or to do live streams or all of the above. That's okay. But when you just go, I don't feel like it, that is getting in your way. You don't know how, what you say, what you do when you don't feel like it. Now, I'm not talking about being in a dark night of the soul or being totally out of alignment and doing something anyway. Energy will be off. But when you're just going, whatever, and you do it anyway, that can be a tipping point or a turning of the corner for someone when they really needed to hear a message, when they needed to know that somebody who looks like they've got it all together, and maybe they do, has a stumble moment, has a moment where the conscious mind ego chitter chatter will distract them, or maybe something has been triggering them and it's like, Who cares? I don't want to do this. It doesn't look like anything's happening. When it looks like nothing is happening, that can be the exact space, the exact moment, or sets of moments, when something massive, something incredible is actually beginning to emerge, beginning to show up. And if you stop in those moments and just cut off all the energy, you just cut it, you're actually causing a delay in what's happening. And here's a story that I tell my clients, and I remind myself, and I'm going to be reminding myself right now as I share this with you. And if you've already heard it, then listen to it again. You'll be in a different place. When there is a ship, and used to be the ships were all propelled by wind, so they had these great big massive sails, right? And sailboats still do, and schooners still do, and maybe they have motors, but we're going on the assumption that we're talking about a sailboat or a boat with just sails, no motorized capabilities. And they hit this patch of what's called the doldrums, where there's no wind. The sails are slack, there's no breeze, there's just nothing. And it looks like they're stuck and they're absolutely not moving. But that's not the truth. Now, on the surface, everything is like quiet and soft and not moving. Below the surface, there is movement. The currents are taking that sail ship, that schooner, and now it's moving slowly. It's still moving. Undercurrent. Seeds grow and germinate and give roots underground first before it comes up and blossoms. And yes, okay. So I'm just now given an image of one of my favorite plants, and they're all my favorites, but I have favorites. And it's a bougainvillea, and that plant's name is Boogie. That's kind of what I call her. When I was at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show at the end of January here in El Paso, I was in Tucson, and here in El Paso, Texas, a really cold front, super cold, came in during that weekend I was gone. And my bougainvillea got fried by the extremely frigid temperatures. So I have been giving her Reiki. I have been talking to her and saying how much I want her to come back. And I trimmed off some of the outer little branches that I knew were no longer viable. And my beautiful neighbor, my girlfriend Elena, has been giving me coffee grounds. I don't drink coffee. She's been giving me coffee grounds, and we've been putting coffee grounds on the surface of Boogie's planter and watering her. And this morning I noticed at the very bottom of this plant, there are some new leaves. So even though she looked like she was dead, and this has been almost a month and a half. So what's that? 45 days of absolute nothing, no sign, no encouragement on the outside. Boogie has been regenerating from the inside, and now there's tiny little signs. And I got so excited this morning because it's like, oh my gosh, yes. So when it looks like nothing is happening, keep moving forward. Do not allow the conscious mind, ego chitter chatter to stop you dead in your tracks. Keep going. Get out of the way. If you're getting in your own way, you already know. So what are you willing to do about that? Are you willing to stop and call yourself and out yourself, even to you or to an accountability partner? Are you willing to call yourself out to you? That's the most important thing. You know what? I didn't feel like doing this today. I was going to slough it off. And it's like, no, I made a commitment. And there for a while, I was doing multiple live streams on multiple pages during a 2-week span, and I did get drained. So now I have modified that, and I am following through on that modification. Yes, Wednesday this past week, I was a bit drained, and so I repurposed a video. Absolutely. Is that okay? Yes. Is it okay for me to do it every day? No, because then I am falling back on my commitment to myself to be more visible, to show others. And it's not that I'm proving it, maybe a little bit to myself, more so to be real and transparent, because not everyone who says they talk to angels or to spirit or whatever else it is they do really does to the extent that they claim they do. Am I going to prove it to you? I don't care if you believe me or not. I really don't. I know the truth. And if our energies resonate, fabulous. And if they don't, that's also fabulous, because you know that we're not a good fit. And then you are then free to go find someone else who is. Are you getting in your own way of the opportunities to work with someone you really feel pulled to, that you really connect with, because that person really knows what they're doing, they're here, they're showing up, they're being open and transparent, and in those moments when they feel like they're not totally all together, they're doing it anyway. That's part of the human journey here on earth. That's part of the spiritual being having that physical experience. It's all part of the whole. And people who don't fess up to that for themselves or even to their community once in a while, and I'm not talking about airing out your whole laundry list, that doesn't serve anyone either. If you're not serving yourself, if you're not showing up and you're not getting out of the way, you're doing you and all those who are waiting for you or who are already interacting with you a disservice. You're doing your purpose a disservice. You're doing a disservice for what you came here to do. So, my challenge to you is, and we'll see how many people actually follow through with it, and I'll bet very few do, because who wants to out themselves? Well, I do. Well, I don't want to necessarily, but I do, because I'm human. Just because I talk to angels and they talk to me on a daily basis, all day, in and out, this and that, la, 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 doesn't mean there aren't issues and obstacles and stumbles and triggers. I do know how to navigate those. I do know how to manage them. I've practiced it, and I practice every day as I need to. And one of those trigger things or the stumbles today was I didn't want to do this live stream. I just didn't want to. So here's the challenge. Are you up for it, beautiful soul? Post something in the comments relative or relevant to this particular live stream. How do you get in your own way? How do you get in your own way? I know how I do. I let the conscious mind ego chitter chatter get in the way. I let surface appearances get in the way. What do you do to get in your own way? What are you allowing to get in the way of you moving forward, breaking through that glass ceiling of self-sabotage and the naysayers and all that other junk? The challenge is, are you going to post? Are you going to post in the comments? Are you going to send me a private message? I'll bet you don't. I will bet you don't. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong Let's see how many people will actually show up for themselves. It's showing up for you. I'm showing up for me, and I'm showing up for you. Do you show up for you? I hope so. This is the Angel Lady Terry Marie. Thank you for being with us live or visiting or viewing later. Thank you, and we'll talk again soon. Oh, yes, thank you. The angels just reminded me. We do have a closed private Facebook group, Angels for Success and Prosperity. There's a link in the post there, and you can ask to join. We do give in-depth trainings that you can't find anywhere else on Facebook, usually on Wednesdays. Most often every Wednesday we do this. On occasion, I repurpose a video. Absolutely. There are some other things in there, and you can connect with other people who are working on themselves and their spiritual business, their spiritual selves. So come and join us. And until the next time, bye-bye for now.